And the current count of the people that have died in this country from coronavirus stands at 207,000. And more than 7.2 million have been infected. But when the pandemic came up during the debate, President Trump defended his response.
His own head of the CDC said if we just wore masks between now, everybody wore masks and social distance between now and January, we'd probably save up to 100,000 lives. It matters.
And they've also said the opposite. They've also said
no serious person said the opposite.
No
serious.
All right, I want to ask Fauci. It's all set up.
By Easter, this would be gone away. By the warm weather, it'd be gone. Miraculous, like a miracle. And by the way, maybe you could inject some bleach in your arm, and that would take care of it. This is the same man.
That was said sarcastically. That was said sarcastically.
And so here's
It wasn't said sarcastically, and even if it was said sarcastically, does that make it better? This afternoon, Joe Biden got an uninterrupted chance to answer the president and accused him of deflecting when the American people need answers.
Trump's constant disregard and unwillingness to speak to COVID and the fact that 205,000 people have already died and over 7 million are infected, and it's likely to get worse. He didn't want to talk about it at all.
Joining me now is the director of Columbia University's National Center for Disaster Preparedness, Dr. Erwin Redlener. Dr. Redlener, I'm sure you were watching the debate last night. I want to get your take.
Well, it was astounding. First of all, just the atmospherics there were just incredible, almost making it impossible to watch and certainly impossible to learn anything. I think the discussion, such as it was about COVID, was particularly non-illuminating, with the president talking over Joe Biden repeatedly, incessantly. And when he did speak and did make himself clear, he was actually either dishonest or just fabricating information that's not true. So it was a very difficult thing to watch. But the reality is we're not getting any more honesty or transparency from Trump than we've gotten over the last 6, 7, 8 months now. So it's really problematic. I think Joe Biden tried to present his position and did a reasonably good job of it, considering all the static and yelling that was coming from the president of the United States in the most indistinguished fashion imaginable. It was really a tough watch, Katie.
Donald Trump also defended his rallies, saying that they were all outside. They haven't all been outside. He also greatly inflated the number of people that were at his events. That's no surprise. He does that. But he said that there were no negative effects from him getting people together. I'm sure there were a lot of people out there who were screaming the name Herman Cain, who died pretty shortly after attending a Trump rally from coronavirus. It's unclear where he got it. Can the president make that claim that there were no negative effects?
No, he certainly cannot. There were plenty of negative effects, and how well they were tracked and traced and so on is that's a problem. But he had many, he called them large, but they were sort of moderate size campaign events, including one in Tulsa not too many weeks ago, where it was 1/3 full, the arena, but the people that were there on the ground floor were crowded together, shoulder to shoulder, no masks. The president's defiance about masks has been permeating every single public appearance he's made, and he's really undermined our ability to get this straight, to do the things that we know will save lives and prevent the spread of disease, like the masks and the social distancing and the hand washing. And this has been a very terrible time in the history of America's otherwise sterling reputation as the leader in public health around the world. And, it's going to be a hard thing to fix, actually, even if Joe Biden gets elected. It's going to take a long time to reestablish the credibility and the reliability of the agencies, which Trump seems to be intentionally undermining. Katie.
New York City is opening up dining inside today, 25% capacity. Do you expect it to remain open? Do you expect there to be any consequences?
Well, unfortunately, I think it's a pretty good bet that we're going to get a resurgence, even in the places that have been pretty pristine about preventing COVID over the last couple of months. And New York's been in the leadership there. But I am worried about a resurgence. I am worried about enforcement of the 25% capacity rules and making sure that people, other than when they're actually eating and drinking, are actually wearing masks, and all the staff in the restaurant are wearing masks, and so on. This is a very hard time, Katie, particularly since we really don't have the point-of-care, rapid, reliable testing that we need to really keep things under control. I mean, we'll see what happens, but, you know, I'm not sanguine about the idea that this is going to be sustained over time. We'll see, but it's going to be monitored carefully for sure in New York, and we'll just have to see how it goes.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.